Today in this episode we're going to talk about a few very practical tips that will really make a difference in your music and concert photography. So
Drop that. Yeah.
let's basically just start off by making the difference between music photography and concert photography. Music photography is generally everything that involves photography with music. So it's on the one side it's concert photography, but it's also the promo photos, it's newspaper photos, it's behind the scenes photos. It's basically everything that has to do with music and is photography. So if you're shooting a band portrait for a cover, that is music photography. But if you're only doing photos of a concert, that is strictly concert photography. So there were a few people wondering why I'm using one term instead of the other sometimes. So that's basically just the simple difference. But right now, let's start off with tip number 1. Move in the photo pit. I see a lot of people that stay on one place when they are taking photos, and they have this one spot in the photo pit where they got one good photo of a musician on stage, and they simply stick to that place in hopes of getting the same or even a better photo at that one location. But that is a misconception of what you actually can achieve if you're moving around a lot. There's so many different positions in the photo pit, from the far left to the far right, from the center to off center, and there's basically endless options of a potential great shot, and if you're only sticking to one single place, you're going to miss a lot of the shots. The one thing I always try to do is stand on the opposite side of everybody else so that I don't get the exact same photo that everybody else is getting. So if everybody is standing in the middle trying to get a nice photo of the lead singer, I move to the far left or far right just to get a different photo, maybe of a different musician even, and that simply makes for complete different shots than everybody else, and that makes you unique, and that is a very practical and very important tip that will improve your photos. Tip number 2 is something that I learned when I started out doing a lot of metal shows. At metal shows there's a lot of action going on. There's people behind you going completely crazy while the band in front of you is running around a lot and jumping around a lot. And the tip I got from a fellow photographer was to basically keep both eyes open while shooting. So you're scanning the surroundings with one eye while you're trying to focus on the viewfinder with the other. And you're basically increasing the chances of getting good photos by a factor of 2, which is a lot. And I can show you 3 photos that I wouldn't have gotten if I hadn't both eyes open. So this one, or even this one. And that's just a very simple technique that takes 5 shows to learn and master that will improve your photos drastically. And tip number 3 is leave your camera at home and just go and enjoy a concert for once in a while. You need to learn what is happening on stage and why it is happening, and you need to observe what actions musicians make during different parts of their music. So you can start to predict different things that happen on stage in different music genres. For example, at a metal show, there are certain parts where people physically can jump or physically can't jump depending on what they are playing. And if you know those things, you are prepared in the pit. Same goes for audience interaction, for example. Those will only happen during rather slow or quiet parts of a song because people need a bit of time to realize and understand that they need to engage now. So there's no point in shooting the audience when nothing's happening, and predicting those moments can help you get a nice position to shoot the audience. And understanding the basics of music and music genres will just make you feel safer when you're shooting a band that you don't know, because at least you can rely on the things you learn about general music. And knowing the basics of things like a beat, a tempo or a melody can help you really get the best out of the situation. And yeah, that's it for the more physical part of tips. Those 3 things will really help you get a good mindset and get a great position in the photo pit to shoot your photos. And in the next part I'm trying to focus a bit more on compositional techniques and on little different tips and tricks that really help you improve the image you're taking. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.
Okay. Drop that. Yeah.